Hello YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So for day 2 of the Toronto Spring Expo, it was a bit of a shorter day. I'll actually spend a little bit of time separately doing a video where I'll kind of talk through that story piece of it. It was intentional though, to be honest. I was able to get quite a bit done in a relatively short period of time. Came in a little bit later and obviously left earlier. And right now I'm hanging around a little bit before I'm gonna go hang out for dinner for a bit. We'll see if any live stream or anything is gonna come of it. I'm actually gonna upload this video ahead of time, no matter what. So regardless of what happens, I'll get this video uploaded, go through a couple of things, and then I'm going to jot down some notes so that I'll summarize a couple of the things for the first 2 days. And then probably what I'll do for the day 3 is I'll start off with that and then any pickups. But I did manage to grab a couple of things, so I'll go over them here. First one was actually kind of a little bit random. I actually came across it, and I'll elaborate more in the next one. But one of the regular vendors that's always set up there with a lot of tables has a ton of showcases. And what was kind of funny for me, and I just found it entertaining, and to be clear, the deal that I got out of it, I was very happy with, but I just thought it was very interesting the way they approached it. I'll see if I can take a picture of it tomorrow to showcase it as a picture. But one of the showcases they had there, it said reasonably priced cards. And I just thought it was very funny because the joke kind of writes itself. If you put down on the booth there reasonably priced cards, what are you saying about the other cards in all the other showcases? Now in this particular showcase, I thought it was also interesting because it ended up being a lot of 50s baseball, and it ended up being a stack of those for the most part, and they are in more off condition. They're a little bit more beat up, and some of them have writing on them and everything. I'll show you. But I ended up, for the price that they had the stuff for, honestly, I didn't see too much issue with that, and I just thought, okay, fine, I'll grab these. So I grabbed a small stack of them and ended up taking them all with me. Some of these are probably just gonna be upgrades for stuff that I've already got in sets that I've already completed, but regardless, I just thought it was worthwhile to grab it. So first one here, so let's see if here, the lighting situation is still terrible. Oh, all right, that's much better. So first one is a 55 Bowman, Eddie Matthews. So we've got that to start off with, so you can see there. Again, it's got a little writing on it, but you know, not terrible. I've definitely seen worse versions of this card. So it's one of those things where that was one of the ones on the table. Second one here, 55 Topps, Warren Spahn. So you can see there, a little bit of damage and everything, but a little bit of writing on the back as well. So that's kind of basically what a lot of these had. So along those veins is what you were looking at. So that's not too bad. Next one here, actually is pretty decent. So another copy of the Warren Spahn. Pretty solid. So I've actually got 2 of those, a little bit of writing here, a little bit of writing here. Then it looks like maybe a typewriter, something like that. But nonetheless, you can read the whole back of the card. You know, it's intact. I just thought overall, I was like, sure, I'll take that. And then the rest of these are 3 from the 56 Topps set. So here you go. 56 Topps LK line. Apparently he's number 13 in his head. So there you go, you got that going for you. But again, the back is legible. You can read everything on it. Pretty solid. Roy Campanella. Now this one is certainly a more beat up one with all this damage here. But believe it or not though, it might actually still be an upgrade. I'm gonna go take a look at that one. My Roy Campanella is kind of a bit of a destroyed copy. Just funny that this might actually be an upgrade overall. I'll have to take a look. I'll see when I get home and I compare it to the other one. The last one here, Billy Martin. There you go, small stack, and obviously it's got this kind of paint, I guess, on the back, looks like. But regardless, I just thought it was kind of interesting, all things considered. But there it is. So some 56 Topps, 55 Topps, and then 55 Bowman. Overall, I'll take that from the reasonably priced cards showcase. Last one here is just a quick one. I did grab one more Modano card here to add to the collection. And this one is kind of interesting in the sense that I think it brings up a bit of a longer discussion. So if I do end up doing a live stream some point this weekend, I do want to take a little bit of time talking about this because this is something that I'm not in agreement with, that some dealers do, and I'm not a fan of it. But I'll spend more time elaborating on it, either in a video or a live stream. Regardless, I ended up getting the card, was able to work something out with it indirectly. And again, I'll talk more about that during the story. But this is from 2011, 2012. It's Panini Prime, so they were briefly in the hockey game. It had some memorabilia and things as part of the collections. Genuine letters. So this is a piece here from Mike Modano. So you can see it labeled there. And this is a piece of the nameplate. So you see it's numbered 6. So there on the back, if you make that out. So this is game used material. So this is actually part of the nameplate, as I said, and it is a game used piece. So it's numbered 6. Because it follows all the letters of the name. So in reality, these are all individually one of ones, but you could technically, if you got all 6 cards, you would spell out Modano completely. So that's not something I'm looking to do, but nonetheless, this was an opportunity to grab one of these. So happy to add this one, a game used piece, to add to that collection. So quick update to the Modano count. One more from yesterday's total, so I think that's 2765. with another memorabilia piece on there. I don't have my little piece of paper where I usually keep track of this stuff, but we'll count it up. So one more from last episode's total, and then we'll see what happens with the rest of the show, if I'm able to grab anything else. So a good card to finish things off on, another Modano piece, and then some vintage that I wasn't quite counting on. It looks like the 70-71 Peachy thing might not end up happening. We'll kind of see. We'll see how tomorrow goes. I've still got some cash that I can play around with a little bit, but I've got to make sure, do a little more concerted effort to take a look. Oh, and actually, there's one more thing that I should share. It's kind of a fun little addition. So occasionally I met up with some folks and they left me with some cards. And in this case, this happened, but I got to share it with you. It's important that I share this. That memorabilia card was all well and good, but this might be the most important one of all. So, see, this one comes with my name labeled on this. So here, I'm gonna share this with you. So this came inside of this envelope, and inside are some key cards. Ready for it? Here we go. This is 98.99 Pacific samples. So you see there? These are the promo cards. But you see, it's not just a sample, it's an absolute ton of samples. I saw this, and so when I was given it, it was like, nope, I came across these, and I thought I definitely had to get them to you. So you can see at the bottom there, where normally the numbering is, that's a sample, because in the early days, first year, and I think the second year, Modano was the spokesman, at least for 97, 98 for sure, but there were a lot of promos. And I guess somebody ended up with a whole big old pile of these. So you can see there, they're all the same. They've all got sample in the back. So kind of a funny thing that was on there. So now I've got an absolute stack of 98.99 Pacific Modano samples. So regardless, I appreciate it. I thought it was very funny. I got a kick out of it. So now I got a brick of these. So there you go. Kind of an interesting thing. I do obviously have the, I've had a copy of one of these for years, but I just thought it was very funny. And, nice photo. So I just thought it was pretty cool. And of course, adding it in the envelope was the piece de resistance to make it a little bit better. So anyway, having a little bit of fun there. Second day of the expo. We'll see how things go. Got a couple more days. Tomorrow should be, I think, the day where I get a little bit more done in terms of productivity, just because I've got some stuff planned. So ComC stuff has been dropped off. Already took care of that. I don't think there's going to be any grading I want to do, so I think I'm out on that. Although there's maybe one possibility, depending on what happens, but regardless, I think there's also going to be one other purchase I may already have set up to do. So we'll see what happens with that one. And then if I do, that may change my mind on part of it. Regardless though, so far so good. Things seem to be working kind of the way I expect them to. I'm going to try to figure out and see if I do want to make any plays on anything else that I've kind of had my eye open in. But I think tomorrow will be the day to get a couple more steps in and really walk around and try to see what's hiding in those showcases. See if I can catch anything that I didn't catch the first couple of times around. So that's it for this one. Another quick pickup video here, just to go over the stuff that I've been able to grab. And then we'll go grab some dinner and we'll figure out the rest of the weekend. And with Saturday and a little bit of time Sunday left, so I've still got some time to figure all that stuff out. So more videos coming up on the channel. Live streams on Fridays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time generally. Again, we're recording this earlier on Friday, so we'll see what tonight brings, if anything. Otherwise, I'll push it back later on to the weekend. With that said, we're done with this one. Like if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks very much, and we'll catch you in the next one.